The great task is to discover the laws of nature for myself.
Clear thinking and moral insight are the greatest values.
All processes, even those of thought, rest on solid foundations.
The keener the sensibilities,
The more acute the judgment,
the more delicate the taste,
the more refined the moral feelings,
the more subtle the intelligence, the purer and more intense the gratifications that my existence yields.
then it is the study of the best thought in the world that gives me supreme pleasure. The powers and possibilities of the mind
With renewed understanding,
is the most extravagant accomplishment.
evolving dreams into material progress.
Thought is energy.
Active thought is active energy.
Concentrated thought is a concentrated energy. Thought concentrated on a definite purpose becomes power. This is my power. I believe in prosperity, the beauty of self-achievement,
I understand this is the self-talk of leaders.
the ability to receive and manifest this power depends on my ability to recognize the infinite energy alive within me, constantly creating and recreating the body and mind.
Ready at any moment to manifest through me in any required manner. In exact proportion to the recognition of this truth is the manifestation in my life.
The operations of the mind are produced by two parallel forms of activity, the conscious and the subconscious.
The conscious, logical processes are carried on with focus and practice.
My brain is designed to prepare me for the most important foundations of cognition,
Even as I'm still apprehending and comprehending the modus operandi.
method of operating. The superconscious, the soul,
Is like a benevolent stranger.
that provides for my benefit the ultimate analysis of thought processes.
The subconscious is the theater of that most important mental phenomena.
It is through the subconscious that artist conceives the great truths that were hidden from the conscious mind. It is through the subconscious that artist conceives the great truths that were hidden from the conscious mind.
Where Einstein thought of relativity
Da Vinci conceived paintings.
and Beethoven composed symphonies.
Ease and perfection depend entirely upon the degree I rely on the subconscious.
Playing the piano, skating, operating a computer, or mastering the skilled trades depend on perfect execution.
By the process of the subconscious mind,
The marvel of playing a brilliant piece on the piano
while at the same time singing.
shows the greatness of subconscious powers.
I know how dependent I am on the subconscious. The more brilliant my thoughts are,
The more aware I become,
that the organ lies beyond my conscious knowledge.
I am endowed with tact,
Instinct,
sense of the beautiful, art,
humor, music, etc., all from the dwelling place of the subconscious. The value of subconscious is enormous. It inspires me, it warns me, it furnishes me with names, facts, and scenes from the storehouse of memory.
It directs my thoughts and accomplishes tasks so amazingly intricate.
I move at will.
I can raise my arm whenever I choose to do so.
I can focus my attention on any subject of pleasure.
In the subconscious, my heart beats,
My blood circulates
my body grows,
and maintains important vital processes. I accept that these are the vital processes of my physical life.
I do know that these all-important functions are from the will within me.
Of these powers, the outward and changeable has been termed the conscious mind, or the objective mind, dealing with outward objects.
The interior power is called the subconscious mind, or the subjective mind, and with its work on the mental plane,
It controls the regular functions that make physical life possible,
it is necessary to have a clear understanding of their respective functions on the mental plane.
as well as certain other basic principles. Perceiving and operating through the 5 physical senses, the conscious mind deals with the impressions and objects of the outward life.
It has the faculty of discrimination with the responsibility of choice.
It has the power of reasoning, whether inductive,
Deductive,
analytical,
or universal affirmative.
and this power may be developed to a high degree.
It is the act of the will.
Will can impress other minds. It can also direct the subconscious mind.
In this way, the conscious mind becomes the responsible ruler and guardian of the subconscious mind. It is the highest function that can completely reverse conditions in my life.
The trained conscious mind can create a proactive and protective action. It may be called the guardian at the gate of the great subconscious domain.
The distinction between the 2 phases of mind are
Conscious mind is reasoning will, subconscious mind.
is instinctive desire as the result of conditioned reasoning will.
The subconscious mind draws affirmative and accurate inferences received from outside sources,
The premise may be true or false.
and the subconscious mind reaches the same conclusion.
The subconscious mind accepts the process without proof and relies upon the conscious mind, the guardian at the gate, to provide accurate impression. Receiving any suggestion as true,
The subconscious mind proceeds to act in the domain of its tremendous capacity. The conscious mind can suggest either true or error. If it accepts error, it is at the cost of wide-reaching conflict to the whole being.
the conscious mind needs to be on duty in every waking moment,
When the guardian is off guard,
or when its judgment is suspended under a variety of distractions,
then the subconscious mind is open to.
dis-ease,
During the wild excitement of panic,
or during the height of anger or irresponsible impulses,
the conditions are most dangerous. The subconscious mind is then open to the suggestion of the negating forces from surrounding circumstances. Realizing the great importance of guarding the subconscious mind from fear,
false evidence appearing real.
the subconscious mind perceives by intuition.
Its processes are rapid.
Conscious reasoning method is much slower. The subconscious mind never sleeps and never rests. It has been found that by plainly stating certain specific things to the subconscious mind, it can be accomplished.
Forces are set into operation that lead to the result desired.
Here is a source of power that places me in touch with omnipotence.
This fundamental concept is worth my focused study.
The operation of this law is interesting. When I apply the concepts, I may go to a meeting and anticipate the outcome. When a difficult issue presents itself, a solution also develops. When I trust the subconscious, I find infinite resources at my command.
The subconscious mind is the core of my principles and my aspirations. It is the leader of my artistic and altruistic ideals.
The subconscious, if it has accepted wrong suggestions, has the sure method of overcoming them.
By use of a strong counter-suggestion, frequently repeated, that the mind must accept.
Eventually forming new and healthy habits of thought and life. The subconscious mind is the ruler of habit. What I do over and over becomes automatic. It wears deep grooves into the subconscious mind.
This is favorable when the habit is wholesome and right,
To recognize the omnipotence of the subconscious mind,
suggesting a present and actual solution.
the subconscious is the creative divine source of personal power.
The normal functions of the subconscious on the physical side have to do with the regulatory and vital processes,
Dealing with the preservation of life, the restoration of health.
to improve conditions generally.
On the mental and emotional sides, my subconscious is the storehouse of memory.
It harbors the wonderful thought messengers that work with infinite time and or space.
It is the connection to the practical, initiative, and constructive forces of life.
It is the creature of habit.
On the spiritual side, the subconscious, it is the source of ideals, of aspiration, of the imagination, and is the channel to recognize my divine source to the superconscious.
As I recognize this divinity, I come into an understanding of the source of all power.
The subconscious is a part of the universal mind and must be the same in quality as the whole.
The difference is in quantity.
The whole, as I know, is creative.
In fact, it is the only creator there is.
Consequently, I know that mind is creative, and as thought is the only activity the mind demonstrates, thought must necessarily be creative also.
I will notice there's a vast difference between simply thinking and directing my thought consciously.
Systematically and constructively, when I place my mind in harmony with the universal mind, I come in tune with the infinite. I set in operation the mightiest force of existence, the creative power of the universal mind. When I place my mind in harmony with the universal mind,
I commune with the infinite. I set in operation the mightiest force in existence,
the creative power of the universal mind.
Knowing that mind is creative and will automatically correlate with its object and bring it into manifestation.
This mind is governed by natural law, and this law is referred to as the law of attraction,
or the law of love.
Cause and effect is absolute in the deepest realm of thought or in the world of visible material things.
Mind is the master of the inner content of character and the outer circumstances of the moment.
I have found that the individual may act on the universal, and the result of this action and interaction is cause and effect.
Thought is the cause, and experiences I meet in life are the effect.
I direct my effort to recognize the mental resources at my command and realize lasting power.
I persist in this practice, realizing the accomplishment of any proper objective.
Life is to understand my power and persistence in my objective, fulfilling my purpose.
The mind forces are always ready to lend themselves to a purposeful will in the effort to crystallize thought and desire into events, conditions, and actions.
The beginning of each function of life and each action was conscious thought.
Habitual actions became automatic, and the thought that controlled them passed into the realm of the subconscious. It is necessary that it become automatic or subconscious in order that the self-conscious mind may attend to other things.
The new actions will eventually become habitual, then automatic, then subconscious.
The mind will then be freed from this detail and advance to other activities.
When I realize this, I will have found a source of power that will enable me to take care of any situation in life that may develop.
The interaction of the conscious and subconscious mind requires a similar interaction between the corresponding system of nerves.
A beautiful method in this interaction is effected.
The cerebral spinal system is the organ of the conscious mind,
and the sympathetic is the organ of the subconscious. The cerebral spinal system is the channel that allows me to receive conscious perception from the physical senses, exercising control over the movements of my body. This system of nerves is centered in the brain.
The sympathetic system is found in a ganglion mass at the back of the stomach, known as the solar plexus, and is the channel of that mental action that unconsciously supports the vital functions of the body.
The connection between the two systems is made by nerves passing out of the cerebral region as a portion of the voluntary system to the thorax, sending out branches into the heart and lungs, and finally passing through the diaphragm. It loses its outer coating and becomes identified with the nerves of the sympathetic system,
forming a connecting link between the two, making a person physically a single entity.
I know that every thought is received by
the organ of the conscious. It is subjected to my power of reasoning. When the objective mind has been satisfied that the thought is true, it is sent to the solar plexus, or the brain of the subconscious mind,
to be made into my flesh, to be brought forward into the world as reality.
The subconscious mind acts on my truth. It accepts the conclusions of the objective mind as final. The solar plexus has been compared to the sun of the body,
because it is a central point of distribution for the energy that the body is constantly generating.
This is very real energy,
And this sun is a very real sun.
and the energy is being distributed by a very real nerve to all parts of the body and into an atmosphere that envelops the body.
Sometimes referred to as aura. If this radiation is sufficiently strong, the person is called magnetic.
They are said to be filled with personal magnetism.
Such a person may wield an immense power for good. Their presence alone will often bring comfort to the troubled minds they meet.
When the solar plexus is in active operation, it is radiating life, energy, and vitality to every part of the body.
And to everyone they meet. The sensations are pleasant, the body is filled with health, and everyone they contact will experience a pleasant sensation.
If there's any interruption of this radiation, the sensations are unpleasant.
The flow of life and energy to some part of the body is stopped, and this is the cause of every ill to the human race.
Physical, mental, or environmental.
Physical, because the sun of the body is no longer generating sufficient energy to vitalize some part of the body.
Mental, because the conscious mind is dependent on the subconscious mind for the vitality necessary to support its thought.
And environmental, because the connection between the subconscious mind and the universal mind is being interrupted.
The solar plexus is the point where the part meets with the complete person, where the finite becomes infinite, where the uncreated becomes created, the universal becomes individualized.
The invisible becomes visible. It is the point where life appears, and there is no limit to the amount of life an individual may generate from this solar center. This center of energy is omnipotent, because it is the point of contact with all life and all intelligence. It can therefore accomplish whatever it is directed to accomplish, and it is the power of the conscious mind.
The subconscious will carry out the plans and ideas as suggested by the conscious mind.
Conscious thought
Is the master of this sun center,
the life energy of the entire body flows,
and the quality of the thought that I entertain determines the quality of the thought that this sun will radiate.
the character of the thought that my conscious mind entertains,
Will determine the character of the thought that this sun will radiate.
the nature of the thought that my conscious mind entertains,
Will determine the nature of the thought that this sun will radiate, and also determines the nature of the actual experience.
it is evident that all I have to do is let my light shine. The more energy I can radiate, the more rapidly I transform conditions into sources of pleasure and profit. Positive thought expands the solar plexus.
Resistant thought contracts it.
Pleasant thought expands it.
Unpleasant thought contracts it.
Thoughts of courage, power, confidence, and hope all produce a corresponding positive state. The arch enemy of the solar plexus that must be absolutely destroyed is fear.
False evidence appearing real.
This enemy must be completely conquered. It must be challenged. It must be eliminated forever.
When fear is effectively and completely conquered, my light will shine, and I will have found the source of my power, energy, and life.
When I am really one with the infinite power, and when I consciously realize this power by a practical demonstration of my ability to overcome any adverse condition by the power of my thought, fear will be destroyed, and I will have possession of my birthright. It is my attitude of mind toward life that determines the experiences I meet. When I demand much, I shall receive the greater portion. The person who knows they have a solar plexus will accept criticism or challenge. They will be radiating courage, confidence, and power.
I will anticipate success by mental attitude. I will pound barriers to pieces and leap over the walls of doubt placed in my way.
Knowledge of my ability to consciously radiate health, strength, and harmony will bring me into a realization that there is nothing to fear because I am in touch with infinite strength.
This knowledge can be gained only by making practical application of the information.
I learn by doing, then lead by example. I have already learned that the subconscious is intelligent, it is creative, and is responsive to the will of the conscious mind.
The most natural way of making the desired impression is to mentally concentrate on the object of desire. When I am concentrating, I am impressing on the subconscious.
This method is producing such extraordinary results that others may think miracles are being accomplished.
With this method, every great inventor and innovator has converted the subtle and invisible forces of desire, faith, and confidence into actual, tangible, concrete things in the objective world.
The conscious mind is a part of the universal mind. The universal mind is the creative principle of the universe. Each must be the same in quality as the other. This means that this creative power is infinite. I have found that the subconscious mind is responsive to my conscious will.
That means that the unlimited creative power of the universal mind is within my control and within my conscious mind.
It is important to remember, I am simply to say what I desire. I am the channel that makes a thought become the thing.
And this thing is being manifested by a request.
It requires recognition to set causes in motion that bring about results in accordance with my desire. This is accomplished because the universal will act through the individual and the individual will act through the universal. I am one. The solar plexus will be ready to function and I will enjoy the results. To the spiritual mind,
I let my light shine. To the physical science mind, I awaken the solar plexus. Or to the strictly scientific interpretation, I impress on my subconscious mind.